Okay, so today what we're going to be talking about, because yesterday we solved one-step equations. So today we are going to be solving two-step equations, right? Yes, we are. Okay, now, before you guys don't need to take, I'm going to do something really quick that you do not need to write down. All right, so we have learned way back a long time ago that if you have a problem that looks like this, 4 plus 2 times 8 divided by 4 minus 7. Okay, if you have a problem that looks like this, in order to solve this problem, we follow the order of operations, which is PEMDAS, right? So PEMDAS stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, or division, whatever occurs first, right? And then addition or subtraction, whatever occurs first. Okay, so that's how we learn how to solve problems way back in the day, right? So if we look at this problem right here, I don't see parentheses, I don't see exponents. So now we go to multiplication or division. So if I go right here, I see multiplication. So I'm going to simplify this part right here, and I'm going to move on. So I did multiplication. Now I'm going to look for division. Division. So 4 plus 16 divided by 4 is 4 minus 7. Now I go to addition, which is right here. So now I get 8 minus 7. So my answer comes out to be 1. So way back in the day, we have learned how to solve problems by following the order of operation, which is PEMDAS, right? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, or subtraction. And these guys go together. So when you solve equations, you actually work backwards. So instead of going this way to get the answer, we go this way to get the answer. So the first thing that we have to look for is we have to look for addition or subtraction. And we undo that. Then we get to the multiplication or division. Oh, sorry. Bad Mrs. Perkin. Bad Mrs. Perkin. This is a multiplication dot, okay, to undo. All right. So it's kind of like, think about putting on a shoe, right? So if you put on a shoe, all right, it's typically, it's untied. You put your foot in, you tie it up. To take off your shoe, you don't just rip it off. You actually normally you untie it, because then your parents yell at you, "You're gonna ruin those shoes." Okay, right? So you have to untie it before you pull your foot out. Okay, all right. So that's just like solving equations. You have to undo the operations that are occurring. So let's just throw out a problem. We're going to keep this one simple, right? So we have 2x plus 6 equals 10, okay? All right, now remember, everybody, our main goal. Our main goal is to find the value of x, okay? All right, which a lot of people yesterday wrote, we want to isolate x, okay? That's our main goal. Well, ask yourself this, and this is where I'm asking you guys to slow down, okay? So first of all, there's some questions that you should ask yourself. The first question that you should ask yourself is, what is my variable? Okay, that's a very first question that you should ask. Well, my variable is x. The second question that you have to ask yourself, what numbers and operations are on the same side as x. Okay, well, look, right now, 6 is being added to x. So I see that I'm adding 6 to x. All right, and it looks like 2 is being multiplied by x. So if we think about inverse operations or how to undo this, we know we're going to probably be subtracting 6 or adding a negative and dividing by 2. Okay, so that's what I mean by slow down. Understand what's happening before you just jump in and get going. Well, first step, I'm going to build my Great Wall of China, right? Draw that line in. So, as you guys know, PEMDAS. We did it this way when we're solving problems. We do this is when we're undoing it and solving equations. So we start with undoing the addition or subtraction first. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. Because remember, we added 6. So the inverse of that would be subtracting 6. 6 minus 6, that cancels out. It's 0. It's nothing. So I'm left with this left over. So I'm going to bring that down. So I get 2x. 10 minus 6 is 4. Now I'm going to undo this. This right here is multiplication. So I already showed you down here. So that means I'm going to divide. I am not showing this division sign. No, 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 no. I'm going to use my fraction bar as my division sign. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times x is x. What I do to this side, I have to do to that side. 4 divided by 2 is 2. All right, so there's my answer. Now to check to make sure it works, plug it in, plug it in. So 2 times x, oh, there's x. Oh, but x is 2. Plus 6, does that equal 10? 4 plus 6, does that equal 10? Yes, sirree, George. That equals 10. All right, so like I said, I know that this paper is pretty big with a lot of stuff on it. Are you going to have to do that? No. But right now I'm walking you through the process. So here we go. 6 plus m divided by 3 equals 9. Okay. All right. So again, first question number 1. What's my variable? Okay. So if I look, here's my variable. My variable's m. That means I need to get m all by itself because remember, that m, super selfish. It likes to be positive. It's positive, but it's super selfish and it's all about me, 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 me. So what's my value? I want to know my value, right? Okay, so now the second question, what's happening? What's happening? Okay, what's happening right now? Well, look at this. It looks like this positive 6 is being added to the m, right? Okay, don't worry about this so much. Just say, oh yeah, that's a positive 6. And it looks like m is being divided by 3. So that means there's probably going to be some subtraction happening, and there's probably going to be some multiplication happening. So we're ready to start. Now that you've answered those questions, you are ready to start this. Okay? And to start this, the first thing we're going to do is we always undo the addition or subtraction. So we got to get rid of this 6. To cancel this 6 out, it's positive. So we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. Okay? So those cancel out, leaving me with m divided by 3 left over. Over here, 9 minus 6 is 3. Okay, now this right here, don't let that fraction bar freak you out. It's just a fraction bar. Fraction bar by day, division sign by night, right? So this is division. So the inverse is multiplication. So I'm going to put a dot on both sides. Because remember, what I do to one side, got to jump the fence and do to the other side. So I'm going to multiply this by 3 and that by 3. Notice, I put this one as 3 over 1. Because 3 divided by 1 is still 3. But I did that because, look, these are going to cross simplify. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 3 once, they cancel out. 1 times m is m. 3 times 3 is 9. So I hope that worked. So I undo the multiplication or division. So let's see if this works. So 6 plus 9 divided by 3, does that equal 9? Well, 6 plus 9 divided by 3 is 3. Why, yes, sirree, George. 6 plus 3 is 9. Okay, so like I just said, what I'm most concerned about is where we're making our mistakes is when we have the integers and the operations with the integers. So I'm going to make this up really quick. So we're going to go with negative 4x minus 8 equals a negative 20. Okay. All right. So first, x is my variable. I know I have to cancel out the minus 8. Okay. And I have to cancel out the negative 4. Those two things have to go. So I'm going to put my line in. Okay, the first thing that has to go is whatever's being, I'm going to undo the addition or subtraction. Well, this is subtraction right here. So the inverse of subtraction is addition. So I'm going to add 8 to both sides. So here's where the first mistake is always made. Tons and tons and tons of people tell me the answer to this is negative 28. Go back to your rules. When you add two different sign numbers, you don't add them, you subtract them and give it the sign of the larger number. So 20 minus 8 is 12. 20 is bigger, and so this is a negative 12. These cancel out, leaving me with a negative 4x over on this side. Okay, now step 2, undo the multiplication or division. Well, this is multiplication. So the inverse of multiplication is division. Divide both sides by a negative 4. Negative divided by negative is positive. 4 divided by 4 is 1, leaving me with x. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Negative divided by negative is a positive. So let's just double check and make sure this really works. So negative 4 times 3 minus 8, does that equal negative 20? Negative 12 minus 8 equals negative 20. Keep, change, change. Oh, yeah. Negative 12 plus negative 8 is a negative 20. Okay.